Hey, what's going on, crypto people? It is the Crypto Siege with another day in the life, in the crazy life that is the digital asset space. Good morning. Happy holidays. Happy Monday to you. Hope you're having an absolutely outstanding day. Listen, the market is kind of doing what the market does. That's interesting to see. I don't think BTC actually went under 10,000. If it did, please let me know, but I don't believe it actually went under 10. So I'm expecting to do that, however, so we shall see. So some interesting stuff on Twitter today. Found a new guy to kind of highlight in the XRP community. I don't believe I've heard of Al Crypto. At Al Crypto, AL Crypto _XRP, shared something interesting. And I'm not sure if, to be honest with you, if King Solomon actually shared this particular PDF. It sounds like he did, because I think he mentioned this MISYS before. I feel pretty confident that he did. But in any case, we're going to highlight that as well. Again, guys, what Ripple is doing and the people that they're hiring, you really want to pay close attention to the hires and why they're looking to do it. I think is important. And we're going to cover an interesting article from CoinDesk as well. We'll cover some of that as well. So guys, listen, this is your XRP Ripple daily news in around 0 to 10 minutes. So let's do this. So I'm sharing something here from this particular PDF that Al Crypto _XRP shared. And this is from MISYS Financial Software. This is a blockchain white paper. Silent Beyond the Buzz, Exploring Distributed Ledger Technology Use Cases in Capital Markets and Corporate Banking. Now, Al Crypto highlighted page 32 on here, which is it's cool. It is interesting to see, without question. It seems that the partnership between Ripple and IBM is not official, but there is proof. I found this doc from MISYS, parentheses, Finastra, and look at page 32. Right, and so let's go to page 32 on the actual document and kind of see where it is. I know page 30 starts to talk about cross-border payments in the table of contents. Let's see if we can't find that. So here's 30 cross-border payments, right? So let's see what we can find there. What does distributed ledger technology for key capital markets and corporate banking use cases? All right, so let's go to 30. I found some interesting stuff on page 17 and 19 that I'll share as well. But let's see what their page 30 is looking like. Because you get page 30 up here to the top left, and then it could be something different here. So let's see what 30 looks like here. Let's see if this is cross-border payments. Oh my goodness. Use cases in corporate banking. See, that's all right. So that's actually page 25 on their PDF, use cases in corporate banking. Let's go to their page 30 and see what it says. Cross-border payments. An overview: cross-border payments span a number of use cases: person-to-person remittances, business-to-business payroll, and vendor payments, and bank-to-bank settlement. In the corporate banking space, an increasing number of companies need to make payments in multiple currencies. Examples range from multinational corporations with employees around the globe, or small importers with suppliers in emerging countries. The traditional cross-border payment process often involves a multi-day process with transaction fees charged at each stage. For small payments, transaction fees can be onerous. All right, here, so we got some stuff here. Page cross-border payment flows. Process, here's the friction, the transaction fee, correspondent bank, U.S. Federal Reserve, U.S. bank, the buyer, supplier. Japanese corresponding bank, Bank of Japan, and the Japanese-based bank and supplier. Process optimization over here, US-based bank. So we got the FX market, transaction fee, the buyer. All right, so let's go over here. You said it was page 32, right? Okay, well, here it is here. So according to Ripple, so he's got Ripple mentioned in here. So let me see where they first start to mention Ripple. Okay, impact of distributed ledger technology. DLT offers an opportunity for even faster cross-border payment processing and settlement at an even lower price than incumbent providers. A well-publicized example is Ripple Labs' distributed ledger technology and global network for real-time domestic and cross-border payments. A secure distributed ledger, the Ripple Consensus Ledger, RCL, uses the consensus process to settle transaction. The RCL holds the order book with the bid-ask offers from payment initiators and market makers. Its path-finding algorithm enables it to find the lowest foreign exchange rate across all order books and currency pairs. Ripple states that they have over 30 pilots completed with 10 banks moving into production. Ripple's customer list includes ATB Financial, CIBC, National Bank of Abu Dhabi, Raisa Bank, Santander, UniCredit, and UBS. As illustrated in Figure 15, DLT has the potential to eliminate an intermediary central and correspondent banks and cross-border payment flows, lowering transaction fees and decreasing processing time across the payment origination flow. A white paper published by Ripple states the banks can realize a 33% cost savings in international payment figures. So these people here are very, very familiar with the Ripple and the RippleNet. So according to Ripple, cost savings accrue from liquidity, shortened one-day settlement reduces funds tied up in no-shore accounts, payment operations, decreased exceptions due to communication and reconcilement improvements result in fewer operational resources. The Basel III, reduced Basel III costs due to elimination of cross-border transaction lag, right? So in place of having to hold local currencies in multiple no-shore accounts, Ripple offers banks an option to hold XRP, Ripple's native digital asset, as a single bridge currency with the XRP option. Ripple claims banks can save a further 8% by eliminating redundant liquidity and account maintenance costs associated with these no-shore accounts. Incumbent software providers in the payment space have recently announced integration with Ripple's cross-border payment solutions, providing the architecture to offer real-time cross-border payments at a lower cost to the provider's bank clients. From the provider's perspective, Ripple is an additional payment rail complementing their existing offerings. The provider integration approach provides banks with access to Ripple while overcoming compliance constraints and vendor risk assessments. IBM is working with Ripple to add direct access to cross-border payments for non-corresponding banks to its financial transaction manager platform. D+H has integrated Ripple into Global Pay Plus, its global payment service hub offering. CGI has incorporated Ripple into its intelligent gateway solution. Earthport incorporates the Ripple protocol as part of its distributed ledger payments hub with API-based integration to Ripple's distributed ledger protocol. The Expertise Global Payment Solution will use Ripple to allow clients to benefit from distributed ledger technology. Volante Technology has launched an integration solution designed to simplify bank connectivity to Ripple. Deloitte is working on an integration project combining Ripple's protocol and Temenos core banking software for direct bank-to-bank settlements in real time. That's a pretty significant laundry list, don't you think, of people utilizing Ripple's technology. Listen, Deloitte, Temenos, Volante, Earthport, right? Significant players in this payment space, right? Incumbents payments firms are taking a first step by integrating Ripple's DL2 solution, but are also building out the infrastructure to incorporate other ledgers as they emerge in specific geographies or adjacent use cases. In addition to working with Ripple, both IBM and D+H are developing their own blockchain solutions. Interesting stuff right there. So let me see some other mentions here of Ripple as well. So let's go to this. To be successful, DLT fintech players new to the payment space need to bolster their regulatory knowledge and compliance function. The traditional providers learned their lessons long ago. In the payment sectors, many are regulated entities. Ripple learned their lesson the hard way, and it's the first digital currency provider to be defined by the, I remember when FinCEN did that. Remember that early back in the day? And that really kind of led them onto this compliant and regulatory path that they have taken, right? And it's been, that's the game changer. And I think that was kind of like what do I want to say? It was like the awakening. That was when I think the path was laid out to Ripple, right? Look, look, Ripple shared what they had. In my humble opinion, I wasn't there, right? I wish I could have been a fly on the wall, but I believe that they shared what they had, and they shared more of what they had because FinCEN already knew they were doing something. Shared more of what they had, and they said this is something that is going to be. They came to the conclusion that this is something that's going to be absolutely revolutionary. But you're going to have to be compliant. You're going to have to do the KYC in the whole 9 yards. So cross-border payments, news flow. So that's kind of it here. That's very interesting about IBM. Look, that list of different people that they list that are working, incorporating Ripple's technology is pretty significant stuff. Let me share a couple of things that I wanted to share with you guys as well here. R3 was mentioned quite a bit in this PDF as well. Quite a bit. And because this last one, distributed ledger technology has potential to reduce transaction latency, operational risk, process friction, liquidity requirements, and more. Our analysts suggest that distributed ledger technology could reduce banks' infrastructure costs attributable, goodness gracious, to cross-border payments, securities trading, and regulatory compliance by between 15 to 20 billion per annum by 2022. 15 to 20 billion a year by 2022. This is what distributed ledger technology can do. But I think this one right here is, I think, the most significant one. Here, it is important, focus on regulation. It is important that digital ledger technologies can meet the requirements of law enforcement and other regulators to address money laundering, terrorist financing, and other key law enforcement concerns. And I just want to point out this recent hire. Where is that at? There it is right here. This is something that I had yesterday. I didn't share it with you guys. I think I may have shared it with you guys just a bit. Shout out to XRP Cult for sharing this with the community. We appreciate you, my friend. This is his tweet, and then I'm going to go over this this job hire. One thing I can tell you with zero doubt is the government loves oversight when it comes to their regulation. Just this job posting from Ripple indicates that XRP, the standard, is not far off. HODL XRP, big things are coming for the XRP community, right? So this is investigations analyst. It's the job hiring at Ripple. And here it is here. Investigations analyst. Apply now. Ripple is expanding. This is what I said on a video or two ago. Ripple is expanding its BSA compliance team. I think I shared that on my XRP Ripple Drive Time news video. They're expanding its BSA, which is the Bank Security Act compliance team, and seeks to hire a BSA investigations analyst. This position will be heavily focused on carrying out monitoring and investigations on the XRP ledger. This position reports to the senior BSA investigations manager. Why do you think that is? Why would they need to amp up, expand, add to this particular compliance team? My guess is that they're planning on increased usage of this XRP ledger. I just read off a laundry list to you from the MISYS Salent or Salente PDF about these different payments platforms integrating Ripple's technology. So they're expanding their compliance team, not contracting it, right? They're not, right? They're expanding the compliance team. Again, this is another one of those things I believe that will be shouted from the rooftops about this blockchain infrastructure company called Ripple, based in San Francisco, California. Working, right? Increasing their compliance, increasing KYC and AML, right? Fully on board with this BSA compliance team. These are the things that I believe will make Ripple stand out, and again, be able to be ushered up to the front of the room, if you will, in due time. That's a major, major thing there. That really, really is. And speaking of hires, there's another actual hire as well that Ripple is doing. Where was that? Was the engineer? It was an engineering gig as well that was shared. So, staff integration engineer. Let me see. This is from XRP Crypto Wolf. Ripple is hiring a staff integration engineer that will help grow the expanding network of financial institutions by providing clients and partners with seamless access to RippleNet. So again, for me, they're growing and expecting future growth, right? Ripple's looking for a staff integration engineer that will help grow our expanding network of financial institutions by providing clients and partners with seamless access to RippleNet via their internal system. The position is part of the engineering team and is responsible for understanding and communicating clients' technical needs. And again, let me just go to this PDF here, because, you know, I didn't list these. They did, right? Let's share this list again with you guys. I found it to be pretty significant. IBM. Let's just start with IBM. IBM is working with Ripple to add direct access to cross-border payments for non-correspondent banks to its financial transaction manager platform. IBM has something called FTM platform. IBM is working with Ripple to add direct access to cross-border payments. D plus H has integrated Ripple into Global Pay Plus, its global payment services hub offering. CGI has incorporated Ripple into its intelligent gateway solution. IBM, D plus H, CGI, Earthport incorporates the Ripple protocol as part of its distributed ledger payments hub. The Expertus global payment solution will use Ripple to allow clients to benefit from distributed ledger technologies. Volante Technologies has launched an integration solution designed to simplify bank connectivity to Ripple. Deloitte is working on an integration project combining Ripple's protocol and Temenos core banking software for direct bank-to-bank settlements in real time. Ripple is hiring and expanding its compliance team. Ripple is got another job offering for a staff integration engineer, which looks like to me that the job is in helping these financial institutions implement and access the RippleNet. They're expanding, they're growing as a company, which means they're growing and expecting future growth. This right here, to me, is the biggest job offering ever. Expanding the BS compliance team. You know, the people that are looking on the ledger, making sure the ledger is safe, making sure there's no nefarious activities going on. I think that speaks volumes to what's really going on. And who knows, you know, they put the job offerings out now. That's cool, right? This is right. You want to be ahead of the game, like expecting particular growth in the market is what I see here. Absolutely interesting stuff. So they are definitely on the grow, if you will. This is a bit of an interesting article here from CoinDesk. The crypto dollar surge and the American opportunity. This guy is a columnist at CoinDesk. Interesting. His name is Nick Carter. He's a partner at Castle Island Ventures, a public blockchain-focused venture fund based in Cambridge, Massachusetts. He is also the co-founder of Coinmetrics, a blockchain analytics startup. Interesting article. I'm going to just mention the stablecoin thing because again, you know, we say on this channel all the time, there's a big time demand for stablecoins, and we have to figure out why that is, right? Why is institutions, hedge funds paying big time money to get their hands onto stablecoin? Stablecoins are a hot commodity, according to Nick Carter. Over 16 billion of them circulate in the wild today, up from 4.8 billion to start the year. Wow. Started the year at 4.8 billion, is over 16 billion currently. Mostly these are issued outside of the US and so are largely unaccountable to financial, when was this done? September 3rd, to financial regulators. If they keep growing, US policymakers in particular, those in the state of New York, will have to stomach the loss of their dominance over dollar clearing. But because stablecoins represent a powerful neutral financial infrastructure, is that what they represent? Stablecoins represent a powerful neutral financial infrastructure. The United States should welcome their ascendance regardless. It's no secret that banking is highly politicized, often in informal or hard to apprehend ways. The overt politicization of the New York-based correspondent banking system represents a tax on all users. Embedded in each transaction is a slight risk of censorship. Dependence on the system means submitting oneself to an American AEGIS. I don't know what that is. Aegis? The harder it is to extricate yourself, the more you are subject to the demands of the administrator. Okay. Banks and payment processors have also become more politicized as they have begun to de-risk individuals and industry sectors with whom they disagree politically or where they consider implied compliance costs too significant to be worth the hassle. In February, I wrote that U.S. regulators should embrace the potential of stablecoins as continued instruments of dollar dominance. I stressed the potential welfare benefits of allowing savers in countries with inflationary regimes to engage with currency substitution without relying on the bank sector. Since February, the outstanding supply of stablecoins has grown from 5.5 billion to 16 billion, and their daily settled value has grown from about $1 billion to $4 billion daily. This phenomenon is no longer localized to the crypto industry. It has begun to cause geopolitical reverberations. Excuse me. First, stablecoins make for an excellent tool to avoid capital controls in oppressive monetary regimes. How about that? Chain analysts have reported that Tether is extremely popular in China, even recently exceeding Bitcoin's usage in the region. It's important to understand that the popularity of stablecoins or crypto dollars is not solely due to the digital nature, but because of the transactional freedom that they offer to users. And again, guys, this is what I'm saying. When you have an opportunity to earn 11.5% on your stablecoins, 11.5%, it was just 8.65% a month ago on the Celsius network. And now it's 11.5%. That means that there is a big time demand for these stablecoins. And this is why I say you're an early adopter in this new asset class. That's why you, my friend, should have your head up and your shoulders back when you talk digital assets. Because you have an opportunity because you're early in this game, to participate in a platform that's going to pay you 11.5% on your fiat dollars turned into crypto dollars, which is called a stable coin. Where else are the average Joe and Jane going to be able to get that paid out weekly? 11.55% annually, APY, paid out weekly. And it looks as though, right, the number is going up and to the right. It's not decreasing. There's an increasing demand and popularity for these stable coins. Do you have to weigh the pros and cons, the risk versus the reward? Absolutely. You have to do that in anything that you do. For some reason, some people think for some reason that there's no risk to an IRA. There are risks in an IRA. There are risks in anything. In most financial instruments, doesn't matter what it is, there's a fine print that says in the entity's ability to pay. Its ability to pay. For some reason, people think having their money in the bank, I'm not sure why, is that there's no risk involved there because of this deflection and sleight hand of insurance. Someone has to have the ability to pay you your money. Doesn't matter what the FDIC says. If there's no money to pay you your money, then there's no money to pay you your money. Right now, the digital asset space in this new asset class, right, is where the money is flowing. the pros and the cons, the risk and rewards. But don't be fooled by this safety thing. Don't be fooled by that. I get the tax savings thing. I get that without question. Self-directed IRAs are awesome. But if you never have to cash out and you can stay in this space, which they collateralize and leverage your assets, there's no taxes involved in that either. But for your mom and your dad, your uncles and your dude and dudettes, showing them how they can not have to deal in the risk and volatility of BTC and ETH and XRP, not have to deal with that and have their dollars in stable coins and earning 11.5% APY. That's a hard one to beat. That is a hard one to beat. Really. Someone suffered through 20 to 30 years of a 401k or TSP and never paid attention to the taxes that they've been paying, the fees that they've been paying that have been compounding based upon the value of your 401k. Never paid attention to it. Only paid attention that one time right before you signed. And you saw that low number, probably less than 5%, probably 4%, 3%. And you thought, okay, great. And you never realized that it was compounding, right? If it started out at 20,000 at 3%, and now you're at 23,000 or 26,000, now it's 3% on 26,000, right? And if it goes up to 30,000, then you got to pay it on the 30,000. It compounds. It's not a one-time fee. And so as your thing grows, you're paying more in taxes. If you don't believe me, just read the book, The Pirates of the Caribbean. Pirates of the Caribbean, The Pirates of Manhattan, rather. The Pirates of Manhattan. Read that book, 1 and 2. There are 2 books. There's Pirates of the Manhattan, number 1 and number 2. Learn the truth. So there's always this risk in whatever it is that you do. But my thing is, who's paying you 11.5% on your fiat dollar? All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. I wanted to share a little bit about why these stable coins are becoming so hugely popular. This kind of speaks to that. It really does speak to it. Tether, exceeding Bitcoin's uses in the region in China. Wow. And Chainalysis reported that. Why do you think that is? Whatever it is, you and I have an opportunity to take advantage of what's going on, right? Take advantage. Again, 5.5 billion to 16 billion settled. It's growing. The number is growing, right? Outstanding supply of stable coins has grown from 5 billion, 5.5 billion to 16 billion. It's growing. All right, guys, listen, I'm going to wrap up this video like I do all of my videos and remind you guys of this. And that is that old money doesn't want you to win. They don't want us to win. They would rather us remain a cog in their perpetual wheel of trading our time for dollars. They don't want us to play in the same playground that they play in, where we allow our money to work for us. This is our chance to win, guys. The digital asset space is our chance to win. We are in the midst of the greatest transfer of wealth in the history of man. Are you participating? Or are you standing on the sidelines? Here's what I do know, that the battle for you has already been fought, and the victory is yours. Go get it. I'll talk to you soon, guys. See ya. Bye.